is ripple counter. Counters are used to measure the frequency of a signal. They are used in digital clock that displays the time of the day in hours, minutes, and seconds. Digital counters have the following characteristics. Modulus of counter, the maximum number of counts. Okey, ni maksudnya nombor maksimum yang dia boleh count tu kita panggil modulus of counter. Okay, second one, up and down counter. Next, ripple, or we call it as asynchronous or synchronous counter. And then free running or self-stopping. Maknanya dia tidak perlu dikontrol, dia self-running lah. Dia up and down on its own. Okay. So first, we are going to see modulo 4 or mode 4 counter. Okay. Okay, modulo 4 or mode 4 counter, a counter that counts from 00 to 11. Okay, means 0 to 3. The modulus of a counter is the number of counts the counter goes through. So a mode 4 ripple counter using JK flip-flops is shown below. Note that each flip-flop is in its toggle mode. Each flip-flop output drive the clock input of the next flip-flop. Okay, maksudnya setiap flip-flop ni dalam keadaan toggle. Okay. Dan dia akan serve sebagai input kepada next flip-flop. Okay, contoh B akan menjadi input kepada A. Okay, first kalau you tengok clock ni akan, of course clock akan effect activation of B. Dan B ni akan menjadi clock pula untuk A. Okay. So dalam keadaan macam ni, kita panggil a ripple counter. Okay. Okay, so I will explain based on this. Okay. So yang ni adalah negative age triggered clock. Sebab clock dia, if you notice, the arrow is downward arrow. Okay. So bila mana downward arrow ni okay, ke bawah, okay, then B will be activated. Okay. So dia akan alternately 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. Okay. Then as I said just now, when B is affected by the clock, A will be affected by B. Maksudnya B ni akan serve sebagai clock kepada A. Okay. Then bila anak panah untuk B ni jatuh ke bawah, then A will change from 0 to 1. Okay. Bila anak panah ni change again downward, 1 change to 0. And then when the clock of B ni jatuh lagi ke bawah, A ni change lagi to 1. And then finally to 0. Dia alternately. Okay. So cara baca dia, how you read. Okay. First interval ni. Okay, yang ni you tengok B kosong, A kosong. So 0, 0. Okay, second interval B1, A kosong. So 0, 1. Then the third interval A1, B0. So 1, 0. Then fourth interval, both A and B 1, so 1, 1, so 3. Next, fifth interval, A0, B0, so 0, 0 again. Then followed by A0, B1, 0, 1. Okay, next, A1, B0, 1, 0. Next, 1, 1. Okay, A1, B1, 1, 1. And then A0, B0, 0, 0. Next, A0, B1. So 0, 1. And if you see the pattern, you can see that it is actually a sequence of 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, and so on. If you have longer period, you can see the same pattern 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. So that's how ripple counter is developed using JK flip-flop. Okay, so the clock pulse is applied to the clock of flip-flop B. Okay, so explanation untuk figure ni, the clock pulse is applied to the clock of flip-flop B. Maksudnya clock untuk B ni bergantung kepada clock yang pertama tu CLK. So the output of flip-flop B is connected to the clock of flip-flop A. Jadi A bergantung kepada B. Flip-flop B will toggle change to its opposite state each time a clock pulse make a 1 transition. The output of flip-flop B will act as the clock for flip-flop A. So the output A will toggle each time B goes from 1 transition. Okay. So the counting sequence is 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Next example. A mode 8 ripple counter. Okay, bila kita sebut mode 8, maknanya dia akan count daripada 0 to 7. Okay. Using 3 JK flip-flops is shown below. Draw the output waveform. Okay, so we are going to do this together. So this one, use negative age triggered also. Okay. So let's do it together. Okay, you might be asking why we use 3 ABC. In our previous case, we use only 2. Okay. Try to recall back binary concept. If you have only 2 bits unit, you can represent number minimum from 0 to 3. Okay, so if you want to, for this example, when you want to represent number from 0 to 7 for mode 8 ripple counter ataupun asynchronous counter, so we need 3 bits. Okay, okay, because 0, 0, 0 represent 0, 1, 1, 1 to represent 7. Okay, okay, so how to draw? Okay, let's do it together. We have up to 9 clock. Okay. 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 I'm just copying the figure. Okay. Okay, then the clock. Okay, the initial value C0, B0, and also A0. And then for the clock, okay, then we are going to have okay. Okay. 3, 4. Okay. So this is the same figure. Okay. So now we are going to draw the ripple counter for this one, mode 8 ripple counter, or we call it sometimes as asynchronous. Asynchronous counter. Okay. So C will depend on the output of clock CLK. Okay, so initial value 0. Then this one. Okay. When negative age triggered clock is activated, so the initial value of C 0 will be toggled to 1. Then at the end of so when negative age triggered for clock 2 is activated, change to 0. Okay, and then 1 and so on. Okay, just toggle. Okay. Okay, next. Okay, since C will be the input clock for B, so you have to put arrow. Okay, this one also arrow. Okay, negative triggered. Okay, next, for B, the initial value of B is 0. Will continue to be 0 up to this point. Okay, up to this point when negative age triggered for this clock. Okay, then B value will change to 1, continue until this point. Okay, sampailah negative triggered this one. Okay, change back to 0. Proceed up to this point. Then toggle again, becomes 1 up to this point. Okay, next down to 0 again up to this point. Then kalau you ada lagi sini, dia akan naik balik lah dan proceed seterusnya. Okay, so similarly, because B will serve as input clock for A, so you have to put down arrow here and also down arrow here. Okay, next, A, initial value of A is 0, will continue up to this point. Okay, sampailah point ni, barulah dia naik jadi 1. Then toggle to 1 up to this point. Kat mana jatuhnya arrow untuk B ni. Okay, so proceed and toggle to 0. Okay. Okay, so now we try to write whether we get the correct sequence or not. Okay, starting from here, A0, B0, C0. So for this one, we have 0, 0, 0. And then this one, okay, A0, B0, C1. So 0, 0, 1. Okay, next, for this one, A0, B1, C0, 0, 1, 0. Okay, next, for this one, A0, B1, C1, 0, 1, 1. Okay, this one. Next, A1, B0, C0, 1, 0, 0. Okay, next, A1, B0, C1. So 1, 0, 1. Okay, next, A1, B1, C0, 1, 1, 0. Okay, next, A1, B1, C1, 1, 1, 1. And then next, 0, A0, B0, C0, back to 0, 0, 0. And then this one, A0, B0, C1, 0, 0, 1. So you can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then 0, 1. And then you have, if you have longer period, you can have the same sequence. Okay, so that's why then you can see we have correct count from 0 to 7. So mode 8 ripple counter.